pin lovers, it's Emma aka the Pin Curator, and welcome back to my channel. This is my second video and I would like to thank you for last week's video because it got more views and subscribers than I expected, so thank you so much for that, and I hope you enjoy my future videos. So last week I asked you in a poll what kind of video you would like to see next, and you voted for how I store and organize my pins. So this is what we're going to talk about today. So I've got two things to talk about in this video. One, the list that I use to keep track of my pins, and two, the containers where I store them. So let's talk about this list. I'm at my desk, I'm going to show you what it looks like and how I use it. So I use this list mainly for two reasons. The first one is to know exactly what pin I have and to know if I received them or not after I order them. And the second reason is to help me choose the pins when I'm taking pictures. It's easier for me to go through a list than to open every single box I have. So what I use to create my list is Google Sheets. It's a free app that you can download on your phone or that you can use on your favorite browser, and basically you can create spreadsheets with it. So at the top I've got something that lets me know when I last updated the list, and then we've got 9 columns. The first column is for the image of the pin, and I take the image from the maker's website or their Instagram. Then I've got the name of the pin. I take the name from the listings, or I just write whatever helps me identify the pin. Then I've got quantity, and this is important when I buy things in sets, for instance. In this case, it's just one pin, but for this one, for instance, I've got 2 pins in this set, so I write 2 in the quantity. Next, I've got the artist's name or the brand, and then I've got the website. Then there's the price column. This column is not really to keep track of exactly how much costs a pin, because I do have my accounts on another spreadsheet, but it's basically to know just if I bought it, or if it's a trade, if it's a gift, or if it's a freebie. So when I bought it, you see a number and a currency. When it's a trade, you can see it's written right here, and when it's a gift, it's the same. And for some of them it's written free, and basically it's when the brand says buy 2 get 1 free and stuff like that. Next, you've got the status column, and I've got 2 options. One is received, is when I have the pin home, and one is pending, is when I paid for it but I've not yet received it. Next, we've got coupons, which is pretty obvious, is when I get a coupon in the mail with my pins. I just write it next to the creator. The last column is about tags. So when I'm looking for pins, sometimes I can't find what I want with keywords from the name of the pin, so I added tags to help me search more easily. I thought it was a good idea at first, but now I realize I don't really need it, so it might disappear at some point. Something I like about this list is I can filter through different options, which make it easier to navigate it. And at the very bottom of the list I have the total amount of pins I have in my collection, which is insane. Let me show you in practice how I use it. For instance, I received 2 pins this morning, those 2, and since I've got them now, I'm gonna change the pending for received. And if I want to add a new pin, for instance, because I pledged to a Kickstarter, I would do it this way. I copy and paste the information I need from the invoice or the Kickstarter. And for the images, like I said, I take them from the websites, or in this case from the Kickstarter. And there it is, I added 4 new pins that are in pending because the Kickstarter just ended. I also created a blank template for you if you want to try it. The link is in the description box. If you open it and go to menu, file, make a copy and give it the name you want and click OK, and then you will have a copy that you can modify. So then if you want, you can change the color and you can add your own pins inside. And if you don't need all columns, you can just delete it. So I'm not going to tell you how to use Google Sheet, but if you want to check this and figure it out for yourself, I will have the link in the description box below. So obviously this only works if you have a Google account. If you don't and want to use it on another software on your computer, you can just download as, and you can choose Excel or PDF or whatever you want. We talked about the list, now let's move on to storage. So quickly I'm going to do a little overview of where things are. I've got all the containers here and all of them are full of pins. This pouch is for pins I need to put away. This box is full of pins that don't fit in the boxes. Those are the papers that I use for backgrounds in my photos. In those drawers I've got lots of props for pictures. This container is for pins I just received. And behind this container has scissors, a pen, tape and plastic bags. And I also have some display boards. So all the containers are sorted by alphabetical order and they are all placed in those racks. As you can see at the top I've got a tape which indicates the letters, and this way I can find the boxes that I'm looking for more easily. The way I use those containers is I put all the pins in one little box, and sometimes I need multiple boxes for the same maker, and they are all labeled with the name of the maker. In this rack the boxes are not by pin makers, but they are still by alphabetical order, just because sometimes I just have one or two pins by one maker and it's just not enough for a whole box. The containers themselves I found at my craft store, but I know there's a ton of them online on Amazon and other websites like this. They were not the most expensive, but they were not cheap either. I showed you before in my last video how the pins are inside the boxes, but I'm going to show you again. So let's take for instance this thin pin box. I'm going to count how many pins I've got in this one. So in this box I've got about 10 pins. As you can see, they are stored in plastic bags. I've got tape where I write the name of the pin or something that could help me identify it, and the name of the maker at the bottom usually. So the reason I use plastic bags for them is to protect them from damage. I used to store them in a drawer, all of them all together and then in a box, but I was afraid some of them might get scratched or get some dust, and it was just easier for me to label them and put them in plastic bags, because when I take pictures and they are, I don't know, 18 pins out, I just know exactly which one belongs where. So once the pins are in plastic bags, I keep all my backing cards from different makers in this binder. It's quite full, but I'm looking for a bigger one. This way I can store all of them in the same place, because some backing cards don't fit in this binder, and therefore I've got a plastic pouch as well. And this is a plastic pouch where I keep all the coupons, the backing cards that are too big for the binder, and some prints and postcards that I was sent. So those I would like to put in a bigger binder, because I can't really look at them like this. So hopefully I can find one soon. Now I'm going to show you how I use this little system when I receive new pins. So when I receive pins and I'm not ready to take pictures just yet, I put them in this little pouch. It was given with an order I made, and it's made by Miyoko. So in this pouch I will have pins waiting for a picture in my pin mail stories before taking pictures for my grid. So inside I've got those that I just received this morning. I took the picture for my Instagram stories. So now I would remove the backing cards, remove the stickers and the little extra card, and I will put that in this container. And those cards I'm going to put in my binder. So I just found a random spot. They are not by alphabetical order just because it's not practical for me to change them every single time. The little stickers that were given, I'm gonna put in that box. It's where I keep all the stickers that were gifted in my orders. I usually don't buy stickers, so when I have them, it's because they were included in the order I made. And I'm actually looking at a binder as well because I think it's not a very good way to store them. I never look at them, I never use them. So if they are in a binder, I think I would appreciate them more. Okay, so now the pins are ready to go into their little plastic bags. So I'm using those clear plastic baggies. As you can see, I don't have many left. I need to actually order more. I wrote on my tape and now I'm gonna cut it. The pins are in the bags, so now I will put that in the container while I wait to take a picture of them. Now let's imagine I have taken my pictures and I want to put away my pins. I usually have this little pouch by Tea Thoughts that I keep with me when I take the pictures, and inside I put all the pins that need to be put away. So I took some pictures recently, but I got lazy to store them back right away, so I put them here in the meantime. I usually empty this bag when it's too full, and this is what I'm going to do right now. So those go in the containers that are a mix match or different pin makers, and those will go into the pin makers individual boxes. So sometimes I have to push a little bit to make them all fit. When there's just too many pins in one box, I separate the box in two. I will adjust the number of boxes I need with how many pins I do need to store. I just noticed that I want an individual box for one maker, so I'm going to take this one, this blank one, write the name and then move every boxes until this one goes like this. And I finally can put this one here. So that's it. As you can see, it takes a little while, but I definitely prefer this system compared to the one that I have before, which was just all my pins shoved in a big shoebox. This way it's much simpler for me to know where to find the pins that I'm looking for, that I search on my list. And I'm sure this way they won't get damaged, they won't get dust, they won't get discolored by the sunlight or whatever. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this system. Of course it's not perfect, I'm pretty sure I have lots of ways I could improve this, but for now it's good. Okay, now you know everything there is to know about how I organize and store my pins. I'd really like to know what you think about it, so I made a little poll here. If you thought it was a great system, if I could improve something, or if it was completely over the top. I'm open to suggestions if you have them, so you can leave me in the comments down below. But that's it for this video. It's time to say goodbye. If you liked it, leave me a like and tell me in the comments below. Also, you can subscribe because I will be posting videos every week. And next week, I'm probably going to do a display board tour. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!